back. We are in the era of supplements: protein powder, magnesium, melatonin. We're also talking about another one this morning: creatine. Social media influencers are posting all about the benefits of creatine for older women.
And we wanted to bring in our 9 News medical expert now, Dr. Kohli, for a little fact-checking this moment about creatine. So if someone hasn't heard it before, what is it and what does it do to our bodies? Is it beneficial?
Yeah, so it's a natural compound. So about 50% of it our bodies make, our liver, our pancreas, our kidneys, it makes it. And about 50% we get from diet, mostly foods, animal products like beef or pork or fish. And it's really important. It creates a little powerhouse for our muscle cells. So it makes what's called ATP. If you guys think back to high school biology, remember that?
Not that part.
So that drives all basically muscle recovery, muscle function. And interestingly enough, we have creatine in our brain as well. So our brain cells also work off of the creatine. So it's become really popular, as you said, Katie, just because people think it might be a way to sort of biohack your body into more accelerated muscle recovery. And we know that athletes who use it do get a tremendous benefit from it.
Are people taking this in like a pill or like a powder form? Is that what they're doing?
It's mostly powders, yep. So you
Okay.
can supplement powders. They say about 3 to 5 grams per day is kind of the safe amount to supplement if you are going to supplement it.
And if it's like a naturally found substance, but for women who are aging, the benefit for them, what's the idea there? Like
Yep, so
beef
the
up what
idea-
you need with the supplements?
No pun intended, right?
Yeah.
No, so here's the idea. The idea is as we start to age, in fact, we start to lose muscle mass starting at the age of 30. And then when we hit menopause, we have an acceleration of that. So we drop our muscle mass very quickly. Now, creatine is stored in our muscles. We also know that creatine is under the regulation of our sex hormones. So we think that as we age, especially as we hit menopause, our creatine levels may start to go down. We know certainly our muscle mass starts to go down. So the idea is, do older women who are aging to maintain muscle mass and maintain muscle strength and function, should they start supplementing with creatine? And the studies here are mixed. So if you take creatine and sit on the couch, no benefit whatsoever. In fact, it's going to cause weight gain and water retention and GI upset, and it's a really bad idea. But if you're an older woman, especially, who has low muscle mass, who's at risk for frailty, and somebody who's doing resistance training, which we know really does preserve muscle mass, then supplementing with creatine could potentially help to augment how much lean mass you're actually building.
Yeah, that was my question, because I've heard too with bloating and just not doing as much as you need to when you do supplement with creatine that it could cause those side effects. Is there a time that women, you said, should start taking creatine 30 onward? And how much do you take?
Yeah, so I would say not every woman for sure should take it. So if you eat animal products and you have good muscle mass and you're not menopausal, definitely don't supplement because there's probably no benefit there. However, on the other hand, if you're plant-based, you have very low muscle mass and you're postmenopausal, then it may be time to talk to your doctor about whether it makes sense to supplement. You don't want to supplement more than 3 to 5 grams a day. Our body's needs are about 2 to 4 grams. So it's kind of assuming that you're just supplementing essentially what you're not getting from your diet. And you really want to talk to your doctor if you have kidney disease, you have any risk of getting dehydrated, because these are people who will have bad side effects from the creatine. It can also affect your liver as well. So don't just run out there and pick up the creatine powder. It's not part of what you should be doing, but it's becoming increasingly popular, not just for muscles, but now they're actually having increasing data for cognitive health as well, because we know that, again, our brain cells also use that ATP in terms of powering themselves.
Interesting. So add it to the list of things to talk to the doctor about. Funny how many things you must have to answer questions about related to wellness influencers on the internet.
It's true, though.
It's like, Dr. Internet, go find your real doctor and talk to them first.
But you know what it does is it makes people at least think about their health.
Okay.
And that's what I love about it, because then you're starting to be active. You're not just a passive participant.
Well, you are a wealth of knowledge. I always love when you come in and educate us, because full disclosure, started taking creatine because wanted to build those muscles.
Yes.
Make sure you have good bone density and strength as we age. So thank you for clearing up some things for us this morning.
All right, Dr. Kohli, thank you.